It's NRLW Magic Round in Wagga Wagga, and Cronulla play the West Tigers in the opening match of what will be a gala weekend of Rugby League. Wagga Wagga is renowned as a sporting capital of Australia and is a fitting venue for Magic Round in 2026. The Sharks broke through for their first win of the season against the Raiders last weekend and will go into this game full of confidence and hoping to make it 2 from 2. Meanwhile, the West Tigers have had a tough fortnight, facing the two grand finalists from 2025 in back-to-back weeks and were unable to come up with a win in either match. Cronulla's attack got going last Saturday and will be this part of their game that coach Tony Herman will be counting on if the Sharks are going to get the win. There are still areas for improvement for the team from the Shire, as they could have easily scored more points against the Raiders. Jada Taylor was difficult to tackle all day long, but she did have one try go begging after a knock-on. For the West Tigers, their efforts are to be commended against the Roosters, but there is still a level the young side need to get to in order to compete with the top runners in the NRLW. Despite this, the encouraging signs for coach Craig Sandercock over the past month will have him confident of a positive result in Wagga Wagga. Faith Manira has been a pivotal figure, starting at 5'8" and then switching to dummy half as the game progresses. If Lasana Lutu is able to come back from a shoulder injury early, then she can slot back into the halves, allowing Manira more time at 9. Lutu has been named on the extended reserves for this match. If the Sharks are to win, the most important aspect of their game to get right is their execution. Too many errors at key moments have cruelled their chances within games. Quincy Dodd is an experienced campaigner who stepped up last outing and will be influential in the result. For the West Tigers, they need to find a way to get the ball out to exciting outside backs Caitlin Turnbull, Emily Bass and Lily Rogan. Turnbull was kept quiet by stifling Roosters' defence last week, and as a result, the joint venture were only able to score 2 tries. If they are to get back into the winner's circle, they'll need more attacking opportunities to create more points. NRLW Magic Round continues Saturday with the Dragons taking on the Roosters in a clash between two inaugural teams. St George Illawarra have only won 1 game so far this season, and the task doesn't get any easier against the unbeaten Roosters. The Dragons were well contained by an improving Bulldogs outfit last weekend, going down 28 points to 8. St George Illawarra showed glimpses of attacking quality but struggled to sustain pressure and were ultimately overpowered by a Bulldogs side that won the key moments. Hannah Southwell and Brooke Anderson led the way up front, and their experience will be vital if the Dragons are to remain competitive in this one. The Roosters, on the other hand, are simply going from strength to strength. They dismantled the West Tigers in a display built on strength, speed, size and power. Expect them to come out in force again this week as they look to excite the Wagga Wagga crowd. Jess Surgis and Isabel Kelly are always a danger, and if they get space to move out wide, then they'll set up points for their wingers. Bridie Parker is playing fullback this week, with Corbin Baxter shifted into the number 7 jersey. They are both very good at creating opportunities out of nothing. For the Dragons, their defence will need to improve against a Sydney side capable of turning half chances into points. They need to maintain discipline and complete their sets. If they can turn the contest into an arm wrestle, then they'll have a chance to snatch the game late. For the Roosters, they'll want to keep the foot on the pedal and stick to their processes. Their unrelenting game plan is critical to their success. St George Illawarra have Lavinia Kittai and Olivia Ingram added to their bench, while Maria Paseka returns from a hamstring injury on the wing. The Roosters were without Taryn Aiken last week, and she has been named in the extended reserves as she aims to return from a shoulder injury. Canberra take on the Cowboys in the final game of Saturday's NRLW Magic Round action. The Raiders dropped to 2-2 last round after losing at home to the Sharks. They were in the contest for long periods but ultimately couldn't stop Cronulla's dynamic attack. It has been a strong start to the season for the Green Machine, and they'll be keen to pick up the 2 points in this one for their ladder position to reflect their excellent play. North Queensland are anchored at the bottom of the ladder and need a win to turn things around. Their top priority will be improving with the ball in hand. Against the Titans, they struggled to match Gold Coast momentum and were unable to consistently apply pressure in attacking territory. Magic Round will be a fresh opportunity for the Cowboys to reset their 2026 campaign. Coach Ricky Henry has switched Frank Goldthorpe to fullback and Margot Vella reverts back to the wing. Lily Dick also joins the starting lineup after an impressive performance from the bench last week. It won't be easy for the team from north of the border, but they'll have the extra motivation to get the job done. With both teams looking to bounce back from losses, determination will be in abundance. Canberra have lost Bobby Law to a hand injury with Isabella Waterman, her replacement in the centres. Holly Mae Dodd will start on the edge, replacing Jordan Preston, who is suspended. If the Raiders are to win, they'll rely on their pack, setting the platform first before playing some expansive footy later in the piece. For North Queensland, they'll be relying on key players, Goldthorpe, Rosie Kelly and Emma Manzelman, to create enough opportunities to get their side over the line and win their first game of 2026. The Bulldogs and Broncos kick off a bumper Sunday at NRLW Magic Round in Wagga Wagga. The Blue and White have won their past two after a slow start to the season and are ready to face the defending premiers. For their part, the Broncos have continued their terrific 2025 form by going 4 from 4 so far in 2026. They faced the high-flying Knights last weekend and were clinical, controlling the contest for a smart 30-12 win. The Bulldogs forwards have laid the platform for their turnaround with key players Angelina Takaranga Katoa and Alexis Tuaneai making big meters every time they touch the football and are also strong defenders. On the edges, Tamika Jones and Leilani Wilson are tough runners with added skill to offload whenever the opportunity arises. If the Bulldogs are to win this one, it'll revolve around their pack and keeping things close. For the Broncos, they have strike all over the park and will be hard to handle. Tamika Upton has started the season on fire. She scored twice last Sunday, including a thrilling long-range try from a kick return. Her impact from the back will be a key factor in this game and one the Bulldogs defence will need to keep a close eye on. Brisbane is proving to be the benchmark. They continue to find contributions across the park and have developed a habit of winning key moments regardless of the opposition. If the Bulldogs can repeat the intensity displayed in round 4, this should be a compelling contest. If the Broncos can get on top early, then the points may flow. The Warriors and Titans are next up in Magic Round for 2026 in a game which has the potential to be the match of the weekend. The Warriors got the job done in Sydney last weekend, beating the Eels in a tight affair, 14-12. It wasn't easy for the team from New Zealand, but that is often the sign for a good team who can find a way to win even when things aren't going their way. For the Gold Coast, they look fantastic. Their performance against the Cowboys was their most complete yet. The Titans controlled possession, took advantage of opportunities and never allowed North Queensland a chance. Tegan Levi again put her best foot forward with a top-class game and she'll be a central figure in who wins this one. Her clash against the world-class Gail Broughton, who returned from injury last week, will be worth the price of admission alone. If the Warriors are to win this one, they'll once again do it on the back of their pack. Coach Ronald Griffiths has made a few adjustments to the lineup, which should make the side even hungrier than usual. Out wider, Mele Hufanga returns from injury in her first game in Warriors colours. Her inclusion will be an X-factor the New Zealand club have been looking for since returning to the NRLW last year. Patrice Maliepo came off the bench to play dummy half last week and didn't miss a beat despite switching positions. She'll start at 9 this week with Jasmine Hudawai out with a concussion. This contest shapes as a fascinating clash of styles. The Warriors' ability to grind out wins contrasts with a Titans side capable of producing explosive attacking football when momentum swings their way. Gold Coast have strike power out wide through Jamie Chapman and their fast flankers. They'll be keen to try and expose the Warriors' edge defence. Whoever gains the momentum will most likely end up on top after the 70 minutes is played out. The final game for NRLW Magic Round sees Parramatta take on the Knights at Geohex Park in Wagga Wagga. Both teams went down last weekend, but there are encouraging signs that the sides can turn it around quickly. The Eels were right in the contest against the Warriors, and a forward pass was the difference between a win and a loss on Sunday. Parramatta gave their all throughout and clearly benefited from Keely Joseph's return from injury in her first game for the Blue and Gold. Newcastle also showed glimpses against the defending premiers. Even without captain Yasmin Meeks, they showed spirit and had some good moments. The key this week will be to turn those strong periods into longer stretches of domination. 5'8" Kira Dibb will be the central figure in controlling the attack and field position. For the Eels, much like last week, they'll be looking to their dynamic fullback, Abby Church, to provide spark from the back. She was outstanding against the Warriors, scoring 2 brilliant individual tries and is always a danger when given space and time. Her battle with fellow number 1 Lucy Spain will be one to watch, as the NRLW rookie has been turning heads since the opening round. It's almost impossible to predict a winner in this one. Expect a close contest and a brilliant Magic Round.